Hey, good day, everyone. Paul Lawrence Van, your college and university speaker. It's an honor to be with you today. And one of the things that I'm going to share with you is going to be about what freshmen run into when they initially arrive at college. They arrive on this campus fresh out of high school, perhaps a summer job, and they go directly on campus. They enroll, they have housing, they have their dining card, and they have their schedule of classes. But one of the first things they run into is what? And I'm going to share about 5 things today just to give you an idea of what they experience and then how you can help the freshmen at your college or university through this process. But the number one problem they run into is time management. And it's time management because you have to juggle the schedule. You have a multiplicity of courses, unlike what you had in high school. And then you have to get to the destination from the housing location on campus to the actual classroom itself. And that in itself creates a little bit of a problem, especially if they're not familiar with the campus. But time management is one of those things that you really, really have to focus on to help our freshmen to have the best adjustment they can make. First of all, many are be away from home for the very first time, and then being able to manage the schedule with the different professors, different classmates, and things of that nature. And many of us have done that. I'll just share a story real quick. When I attended college, my parents didn't have not one penny that they provided for me because they are the parents of 10 children. Now, I'm the first son, but the second oldest child in the family. So I found a way out of no way. And that was by taking on a job as an electrician apprentice for a family friend. And that's how I was able to make it, along with obtaining some grants in addition to working. But I worked over 4 years in college. And I say over 4 years because I also went through ROTC program and I had to wait 6 months before I could go on active duty. So I worked at UPS for the remainder of my college years. And so time management became very important to me because I had to go through a full day of schedule of classes and then go to work in the evening from about 4:30 to 5 to about 8 every night. And I did this for 3.5 years. So time management is definitely one of the most important things you can do, especially for a freshman. And then the second thing is a lot of times when a student is away from home from the first time, away from their family and their friends, there's a lot of procrastination that takes place because they feel like, oh, I have plenty of time to get this work accomplished. And they put it off because they're going to different activities, the sporting activities, concerts, things in the local town, and they are just full of themselves. And justifiably so. If you've never been away from home for the first time, this kind of happens. But what happens is procrastination has a way of catching up with people, and which means you have to double down on your studying when it gets close to exam time. So you really do not want to operate in that area of procrastination. So it's something that freshmen run into because it's a new experience for them. And then another thing, number 3, is neglecting self-care. Self-care is everything. And when you get down to it, things such as lack of sleep, not eating properly, not getting the required rest, taking a time out, actually going through self-care is very important for the well-being, especially coming out of the pandemic. I know I have 2 children, one who is in college now, and one who will be in college in 2 years. And I know with my daughter, who will be a sophomore in college this year, that she found herself with the self-care aspect. And I asked her, I said, hey, have you gotten a physical exam since you've been at the university? Of which she hadn't. And a couple of weeks before school ended, she actually ended up going to the doctor and they ran a battery of tests. But you have to really take care of yourself because when you have all of these exams, it really wears a body down. And again, coming out of the pandemic, a lot of the younger people who were high school students, they really went through quite a bit in their mind, their body, and their spirit. And the next thing I want to talk about is overcommitting. And overcommitting by perhaps you have all of your classes and you also want to join a fraternity or sorority. You may very well want to join one of the leadership programs like the someone who's on a student government association or Greek organizations and different organizations that are around the campus that you advocate for. And so you don't want to overcommit. And a lot of times this happens because most high school students think that college is just like high school, but it's totally different. And it's something that they should really be aware of. And then the most important thing, one of the most important things, number 5, is a lack of communication. One has to be able, especially a freshman, be able to communicate with their professors, and there are many of them, depending on the workload they have, coursework, then their colleagues, their classmates. And you want to be able to communicate also with the campus leadership. And then if you're advocating for something, maybe someone off base, that you may join an organization, but you have to make sure that you do not overcommit yourself and that you communicate clearly up and down the chain, as we call it. And so these are some of the things that freshmen, mistakes that are made, but they can all be addressed. Now, if you want to learn more about me, simply go to my website, which is www.paullawrencevan.com, and that's www.paullawrence, V as in victory, ANN.com, or send me an email at info@paulvanspeaks.com, or give me a call, toll free, 1-800-341-6719. I'd be love to speak to you and your campus, to students on your campus, to the audiences on there, about the 5 mistakes that freshmen make when they're attending college. And it's something that can not only help them, but it helps the university as well, because a student who is focused can really perform well. And of course, that helps the campus out and university out as well. So again, the name is Paul Lawrence Van. I'm your college and university speaker, and I'd love to engage with you to discuss this further, and also to be able to deliver a strong program to your incoming class of the 2024 class, who will be graduating in 2023 class that will be graduating in 4 years. But I like to get them off to a good start. And this is one way to do it. I could come in with a keynote address to assist with it.